All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. The Cincinnati Bengals are still alive. 5 straight victories thanks to their 19-17 victory just now against the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're going to run through a bunch of plays, but folks, just understand this. Offensive domination, defensive domination. I guess maybe not technically offensive domination because they had the football for 38 minutes as opposed to Pittsburgh's 22. They still had a bunch of yards, 314 compared to Pittsburgh's only 193. They weren't able to get it done in the red zone a lot, but we're going to run through a couple of plays. This was the Cincinnati Bengals touchdown to Jamar Chase, going for the Triple Crown here. Beautiful little slant route. I absolutely love it. I think Joe Burrow, I mean, he was 37 to 46, 277 yards, a touchdown and interception. He got sacked 4 times, and you're going to see in a bunch of these different clips where the pressure just crumbles, right? You were going against TJ Watt before he got banged up. You got Alex Highsmith, you got Herbig. I mean, every player, I swear, on the Pittsburgh Steelers roster can sack the quarterback at any given moment, but this is a clean pocket, beautiful little slant route to Jamar Chase, who finished 10 catches for 96 yards and a touchdown. The dude's on an absolute tear. He is, there's a lot of Justin Jefferson fans out there. I'm fully aware, but both of these two guys, not even just to like say number 1, number 2, these guys are just absolutely phenomenal. Now, T. Higgins unfortunately ended up getting banged up, but I just wanted to throw this. Or that was my foot. I wanted to throw this clip in here. This is 1st and 10. This is right in the beginning of the game. There's 13 minutes. There was like 2 plays before this. T. Higgins, like we said, unfortunately went out with an injured ankle, but prior to that, he had 4 catches for 53 yards, and I want to show him some love because just pay the man, write him a check. But folks, welcome back to the channel. Obviously, we're talking in a rapid reaction. Cincinnati versus Pittsburgh. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. We post a ton of I was going to say Steelers videos. We do post Steelers videos because we post all of them NFL. But we post plenty of Bengals videos every single week. So hit that sub button if you haven't already. If we could try and get this video to 100 likes, folks, that would mean the world to me. Now, I'm just going to let this T. Higgins, because it's just a nice little first down. Cleanish pocket. He gets it out right away. I do just want to say, first off, the Cincinnati Bengals, in order to make the playoffs, need the Broncos tomorrow to lose to the Kansas City Chiefs. I get it. Patrick Mahomes isn't playing. I get it. They're resting a bunch of starters. They're resting their starters. I get it. Carson Wentz, still very good quarterback. Denver's got a rookie QB, like we all know, in Bo Nix. And they're 15-1. You need that, and you also need the Miami Dolphins to lose or tie to the New York Jets. Now, I'm a biased Green Bay Packers fan, and you can kind of see it. I got my Aaron Rodgers jersey. I also got my Jordan Love jersey hanging. Should throw all my other NFL jerseys up there, but I'm a big Rodgers guy, and I don't think he's going to lose. I don't think he's going to leave if he retires or gets traded or whatever. I think he's going to go out with a bang. And also, Tua is not playing. They're ripping, third stringer, or maybe he's second string or whatever. I don't know too much about the Miami Dolphins. My point is, I think there's a very good, I would say it's like a 50% chance the Cincinnati Bengals end up making the playoffs. This is just Jamar Chase being Jamar Chase. I mean, you can't. I had a tweet drafted. So they're Pittsburgh sending some pressure. Number 34, Khalil Herbert picks it up immediately, still kind of gets to him, but enough time. This is insane. This is a human being. Like I said, I was drafting a tweet. I was saying, like, Jamar Chase makes catches that I thought I was making, like, in my backyard at 9 years old. I mean, this guy's a stud. These aren't updated stats. I don't think they're updated stats. Over 1,600 receiving yards, almost 120 catches, 16 touchdowns. I mean, the dude's a stud, and everybody knows this, and he's going to get a fat contract extended. And like I said, I would write a blank check, honestly, to T. Higgins. I don't really like the naysayer saying, like, oh, well, what happens if after 2 years he sucks, or, God forbid, an injury pops up or what have you. You write checks for players like Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, and T. Higgins, especially when they're all on the same team. But, I mean, this is insane. This is an insane catch. Great. Khalil Herbert gets a lot of props here, but this is just insane. These next two are just very kind of elusive, very nice plays. This is Trey Hendrickson. You're going to see him. There we go. Oop, there's the circle. They're on your left side. I want to bring up the defense because, first off, Trey Hendrickson had 3.5 sacks. Forgot about the end of the game. Trey Hendrickson finished with 3.5 sacks. So on the season, he's going to be at like 17.5. He's also got a bunch of forced fumbles. Pittsburgh, 17 of 31. Russell Wilson throwing the football, 148 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Najee Harris also ended up getting banged up and didn't return to the game. But as a defense, Cincinnati Bengals, 23 carries for Pittsburgh, only 74 yards and a touchdown. That's 3.2 yards per carry. And the big reason is guys like Trey Hendrickson. I'll let this play run out real quick. Just a huge sack in the red zone against Russell Wilson. Trey's a stud, right? And a lot of people like to make the joke like he's the only good player on the Cincinnati Bengals defense. The way I view the Cincinnati Bengals defense, like I talk about in all these videos, it's just a really young group. Take Josh Newton, for example. He had a phenomenal game tonight against Pittsburgh. George Pickens did he actually finish with 1 catch for 0 yards? Because I think he had one in there. George Pickens had 1 catch for 0 yards in tonight's game. Now, I think I know for a fact he dropped 3 of those. I think that number might have gotten to 4 there on that final possession for Pittsburgh. Obviously, George Pickens, I won't even comment on him as a player because he's a really good player, seems to be in his head a lot. The defense from Cincinnati tonight was truly phenomenal. I mean, they gave up 17 to a team that's desperate to win. They were playing for the 5th seed in the wild card, which would mean they're taking on the road the Houston Texans, which if you're playing a wild card game, the best team you want to take on is the Houston Texans. And I don't know, man, this defense just stepped up. And honestly, I feel like in the last month, I would say in this 5-game winning streak, when the defense needs to step up, they do. Trey Hendrickson's been a huge reason why. All right, this is our final and last clip for the night here. We'll get a more in-depth video out for the week. But like I keep saying, Joe Burrow had 4 total sacks or got sacked 4 total times tonight. He was under distress for a lot of the game. Mike Gesicki, 8 catches for 68 yards. In our Bengals video from a couple of days ago on this channel, I talked endlessly about Mike Gesicki because he just broke a couple of Bengals records. This is Joe Burrow, first off, just eluding pressure. I'll let it run out. And then just a little flick of the wrist to Mike Gesicki, and he ends up getting the first down. Sorry, I'm not the NFL. I can't play full clips and full game highlights. But Mike Gesicki, 8 catches, 68 yards. I mean, he had a phenomenal game. I'll pull up the exact statistics last week against Denver. 10 catches, 86 yards. You heard it from Joe Burrow himself a couple of days ago that he wants Mike, or maybe it was a week and a half, doesn't matter. He wants Mike Gesicki back. He said it would be great to have Mike back for this upcoming season. The dude's just a veteran. He's only 29 years old. He'll still be 29 when next season technically begins. In his athletic prime, very underrated, underrecognized tight end. And I just love, first off, Joe Burrow doing Joe Burrow things. They're bringing pressure. He gets out of it. Mike Gesicki makes just a beautiful move right here. Right here, you see him 87 blocking. And he just fades out on number 25, and just a beautiful connection there. So that's it for tonight's rapid reaction. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Way less than 24 hours from tomorrow. Are the Cincinnati Bengals making the playoffs? Nonetheless, 5 straight wins to finish off the season, finishing 9-8. This team is a huge threat, whether or not they make the playoffs. But that is it for me. Hit the like button, hit that sub button. Peace.